Boy, it took me all the way over here. Well, at least we've been allowed to remain in the city, and our endless investigations have not been in vain. We now know that this mysterious duty of theirs began with whatever the form discovered in the ethereal sea. With our freedom so sorely curtailed, however, we will struggle to learn a lot more of substance, darling. The overall picture has grown clearer, yes, but that's in spite of the forum being so maddeningly vague about this duty of theirs. Why are they so reluctant to explain their actions in plain words? Survival, come what may. His father's work so vital that it takes precedence over his own family. Alpha no Alize, it is you. I heard you'd been dragged before the forum. I came as swiftly as I could. So very glad they allowed you to stay. There, Mom? Mother? Emiliant Levier at your service. You find people must be the signs of the seventh dawn. Lovely it is to finally meet you. We got a little bit. Mother, please, we don't wish to make things difficult for you. If word reaches father that you were here. Oh, bother that. Am I to be chastised or speak with my own children? I'm aware that you and Master Fortuno are not on the best of terms at the moment, but I've been absolutely desperate to see my darlings again. You will come by the house, won't you? I have gifts waiting. Timing couldn't be better. As matters stand, we shan't be going anywhere until we discuss matters with Thancred's group and reconsider our options. Go visit your home. We'll be back at the annex when you're ready to rejoin us. I'm not sure Saris, what do you think? Saris? The Saris Serene? Oh boy. Splendid day this has turned out to be. Champion of Eorzea. I insist that you join us. Okay. But we must be quick about it. Not for my own benefit, but should my husband return and find you enjoying our hospitality, servants will be made to suffer the consequences. Saris, if you'd be so kind as to escort my children to the She was gone, with all her any opportunity to protest. She has her own pace. Indeed, the matter is settled. Enjoy yourselves, you three. I apologize, my mother is not one to take no for an answer. Still, I am glad, relieved even to see her spirits. I'll see you, Saris. It seems we shall have little enough time to enjoy it. Accompany us on our visit home? Yeah. Fine, if we're going, then let's get it over with. Be sure to stay in the entrance hall. No peeking into our private chambers, thank you very much. However not, your room was always perfectly neat and tidy. Everyone has things they'd rather keep to themselves, don't they? Cherished mementos. You bring yourself to throw away. Childhood toys. I mean, never mind. Olivier's estate is that way. Straight down the stairs. Come on. No, I was saying that. Yeah. We get to see where they lived. What is this? Now, Leslie and I were little. This bridge was as far as we were permitted to wander alone. I say alone, but my mother or her servant was always somewhere nearby, keeping a watchful eye. Now look at us, traveling to different continents, different worlds even. As children, Hafano and I would often wait here for our father to come home from work. It must have been a day when his meetings ran long. I remember growing restless and leaning out over the railing to watch the water rush by. Father, of course, after the exact moments, came pounding down the path in a panic, crying out my name. I here you are at last. Please, do come in. Big fucking door, goddamn.
Welcome home, my lady.
Damn, they all look spiffy.
What? What are you gawping at?
That headquarters must seem squalid indeed. Let's live a year in all its grandeur.
Oh, gods, please don't. It makes me feel like a spoiled princess.
Lord Fortuneau is not to hear of this visit. And I should also like the children to have their gifts, ere my husband makes his return.
As you wish, my lady.
Master Alphino, Mistress Alice, if you'd accompany me upstairs.
We shan't be long.
The twins have been sending letters home from time to time, recounting their latest adventures. I am sure they withhold certain details, of course, if only to keep me from worrying. Yet a mother worries all the same. In the early days especially, I tried to support them as best I could, sending the Scion's coin and other such donations. Fortunately, they have found the strength to overcome adversity time and time again. Their words grow more confident with every letter, their depictions more vivid. The triumphs and defeats, the joys and sorrows. It is clear that they have come to find value in every experience. But of those they treasure most, it would seem that meeting you might be the most impactful. Why, since that fateful day, I do believe there has not been a single missive in which you were not mentioned by name.
Oh.
Tis plain they care for you, and I am glad they have such a steadfast companion watching over them. Under normal circumstances, I would offer you tea, but alas, these are anything but. In any event, why don't you keep me company whilst we await my children's return? Perhaps you might regale me with a tale or two of your exploits.
I've done quite a lot. Wonder if they're gonna come with their new outfits. Do it.
When you mentioned gifts, I wasn't sure what to expect. Mother,
Oh, look how well it fits you. And the style is to your liking?
It's perfect. Exactly what I would have chosen. But please, tell me you had something different made for Alphino.
Naturally. You are hardly little children anymore. And while I shall miss dressing you in those precious matching outfits, I must respect the individuals you have grown to become. See for yourself.
Thank you for the splendid clothes, Mother. Stylish, comfortable, and eminently practical.
I am so glad you like them. They are, however, missing one final touch.
If you would allow me, Master Alphino.
He gets each weapon.
Wait. Are these...
A sage's tools of the trade. They belonged to your father.
Right, he's just joining them.
Though he may as well be chained to his desk these days, as a student he was often called upon to venture into the field. He wielded those armaments, both to heal and to harm in no few battles. None so fierce as those you two have braved, perhaps, but battles nonetheless. Thus did I pull them out of storage, to show you that he was not always the man who stands in vehement opposition to you now. And also because it would be a terrible waste of ridiculously expensive House Leveilleur commissioned artistry.
Oh, there's the...
I am told these devices are quite difficult to master, but someone of your extensive experience should soon have them darting about with grace and aplomb. May the wisdom in that crystal serve you well. And please, try to find common ground with your father, that you might come and go without need for this awful subterfuge.
We will, Mother. I promise.
My final gifts to you, before you run off, are an observation and a suggestion. Firstly, Fortunato has ever been a serious man, but it was only after you were born that he truly lost himself in his work. I may not know the forum's inner workings, but I know your father's. The timing of that change in him holds some significance. Secondly, do not seek to best your father with words. Far better that you simply show him. Let him discover the merit of your actions, after they cannot be undone.
Oh, Mother.
We shall take your wisdom to heart. Thank you again for these gifts, and farewell for now.
Safe travels, my children. Eat well, stay warm, and keep your friends close.
Damn, look at us. We all look so snazzy. So loud. What the heck are you? Why is somebody's horrible just there? Thank you for indulging Mother's request. Lexia meant a lot to her, and I shall refrain from inquiring as to the content of your private conversation. Our visit was all too brief for now, however, it will have to suffice, as will these tokens of home that we carry with us. These gifts to help us remember who we are and whence we came. But enough sentimentality, let's return to the annex and rejoin our companions. Did I get this? Pretty sure I did. Yeah. One in delivery. Bow, bow. Enjoyed your time with the liver years, I hope. Well, that's how the twins fared, but their new outfits tell the tale. I only hope we can help them to reconcile with their father, that they might return home one day with their heads held high. In the meantime, we edge ever closer to the secret of the forum strives to hide. Flower bequeathed to you by Heidelin is sure to give us going forward. Confident that once you've scouted out the situation at Thavner, we'll be well equipped to plot our next move. Yep. I'm close to level 81. Wow. Well, now this is rather a lot of stern faces. How many library books overdue again? Not to our knowledge. We're associates of crowd of the students of Baldessian. Seek passage to Thavnir and understand that you can assist us. Ah, the test subjects. Welcome, welcome. Test subjects? Test subjects. Oh, you hadn't heard? Well then, allow me to explain. So in order to travel to an aetheryte, you ordinarily need to be attuned to it beforehand. Otherwise, you can't use it as a beacon to seek out while you're a mess of ether hurtling through along the livestream. An inconvenient but incontrovertible limitation of aetheryte teleportation. But what if I were to tell you that there's a way to travel to an aetheryte without being attuned to it? A way to teleport instantly to places you've never been. For long years, we've labored to make such travel possible, that people might move about more freely. And we've finally done it. Created a new kind of aetheryte that doesn't require attunement. Truly? Changes everything. Well, my language may have been a bit misleading. The user need not attune to these aetherites, but the aetherites themselves must have been pre-attuned to each other, thereby facilitating travel between the 2 points. But it just so happens that of our first test pair of aetherites, one has been installed here in Charlian, and the other over in Yilmad, Portown and Thavner. As you may know, our nation has long maintained strong ties with Radzat-Han, and indeed we owe much of this breakthrough to the contributions of their alchemists. To sum it up, we're to test these aetherites. How fortuitous for you. I should mention that an accident has impaired my ability to channel ether. Oh. Not at all. As a matter of fact, you might say these aetherites are made for people like your good self. The magics imbued within will whisk you away without any effort on your part. A veritable dream come true. Far be it for me to worry about such things, but do we have permission to make use of this shiny new invention? The only permission required is yours, so assuming you're willing, we're all set. It may come as a surprise, but we actually struggle to find test subjects. Most people seem to have an unreasonable fear of their souls gradually disintegrating as they drift helplessly into the livestream, in the statistically unlikely event that something goes awry. But it's plain that you are most people. Mr. Crowd truly knows how to pick 'em. If I might change the subject, our Master Wolfson and Mistress Blueweed not present today? Oh, you didn't hear? They've recently resigned their posts. Their expertise was needed elsewhere. A large-scale project helmed by the forum itself, but I'm not privy to the detail. Any other questions? No? Then let's get going before you change your minds. Please see to your preparations and head outside to the XIV Plaza. Along shortly. Oh boy, we're test subjects. Ah!
Right, we're all set. Just the four of you, was it?
3. I'm already attuned to the crystal in Thavnir.
You are? Oh. I would have preferred more test subjects. Oh, well, never mind. If our 3 travelers could line up here, please.
Why is she going so far away?
Yes, right there is fine. Take a deep breath, and I'll soon have you soaring through the ether. Oh, and one last thing. You might experience a teensy-weensy touch of violent ethereal sickness. Good luck!
Violent?
What?
Why'd she tell us that just after she already pressed a button? He almost dropped me phone. Damn. Why is this so choppy?
Thavnir, home to city-state Rads at Han. Rising from the southeast waters of the Bounty, this Isle of Plenty served as the battleground for a conflict between 2 peoples. Their cultures bled into one another until a unique amalgamation was distilled from the chaos, in a process not unlike their precious alchemy. Once solidified as a single nation, an adamant stance of neutrality would hold invaders at bay. For a time.
Hey, I'm fine.
Now across this vibrant isle creeps a fog of malice. What choice do you have?
Oh, never mind, I'm not fine.
What chance?
Oh god, he really got hit with it. Oh my god.
Against such an insidious foe.
Abner, Ilzabard. Oh my god. Look at us, we look like a mess.
I've seen fairer faces after a bout of bad shellfish.
Oh my god.
Let me bring you something to drink. should help settle your bellies.
Zuriaje looking like he's about to cry.
There was a note with Kryle's instructions. Don't let Estinian roam the markets alone. He's alarmingly bad with coin.
Oh god. Looks like I gotta make sure he doesn't empty our pockets. You managed to will yourself to your feet, but given your condition, will you be able to reach Estinia in time? Where Estinia, where are you? Where did I have... Oh god, there he is. Oh god. Oh god. Estinian, please don't spend all our money. Oh shit. Oh god. Oh jeez. Estinian, please. Oh, there you go. Hey there, I need 3 drinks. Something helps with ether sickness. By Manus, yeah, traveler. I mean, greetings. Greetings and welcome. You're wise, good sir, to come to me. My special Amra Alasi, made with only the finest and freshest ingredients, is famed for calming unruly bellies. By way of a warm welcome to Thavnir, I'm pleased to offer it to you for the low price of 19,800 gil. No one but 2 for 3 bottles. The price is high road robbery, and you want to say as much as Stydia, but you realize any words of warning to cry out will be accompanied by your last meal. With Stanport is Stydia and use gestures, deny that the deal is fair. I thought he could barely stand. It needs over that's so urgent. Shouldn't put it last year. The merchant is swindling me? What? This is a serious apology, sir, but I appear to have prices confused. It's actually 1,890 gil for 3 bottles of lassie. That confusion would have been quite costly. Both of us. Very well, then, your coin. A bottle each feet. Levi's to get some rest. Be back after I explored the town. Please don't spend any money. Oh god. Here's your drink. Come on. Praise be to the 12. My stomach doth loosen its death grip. My heartfelt thanks to thee and Estidian, and to the fine fruits of this land. For a time, excellent. You prepared us to Taru's wrath. Sweet, sweet release. If you haven't already, you should have yours too. Right, I'm ready to get on with it. At last, he truly worked wonders. Back on your feet. The hair. I have bounded. It is the most I could do against his heat, short of shedding my armor. Yeah, that's where you got the cord for it. Look, a vendor. The man said it's a Thavnarian weave, though, and not easily. How much did it cost? 2,400 gil. A steal. I was told there's other brands, but I've always valued function form. That's incredible. I dare say that even Alphino can hold a candle to you. Not uncommon for merchants that their price is high, but doesn't it seem excessive here? I am inclined to agree with thine assessment. It doth seem excessive, usually so. Claiming Thavnir as its dominion, the nation of Radz-at-Han hath long thrived as a hub of commerce. In the beginning, there were the Arkasodara, a Matanga tribe indigenous to this island. Over time, they came to be joined by other races, and through their intermingling, a culture rich and distinct did emerge. From alchemy to textiles, the products of Hanish culture have come to be celebrated and coveted in over, a development only aided by the nation's prime location at the waypoint betwixt east and west. All of this hath combined to make a trading power of Radz-at-Han, yet such a status cannot be taken for granted. Nay, it must needs be maintained through judicious governance and stringent regulation, neither of which I see evidence. Even that merchants at a gateway town are free to fleece hapless travelers, tarnish the reputation of the nation. Just so, the opportunistic pricing is rampant, doth success that oversight is much weakened, or mayhap that the people have fallen upon hard times. Whatever the truth may be, it would be prudent to ascertain the current state of affairs. Prudent and practical, we have not to lose by learning more. So, ere we seek out Krau's acquaintance, we see what information we can gather here in Yedolmod. Excellent. We didn't exactly get off to a flying start, but we'll make up for it. Get some Amra Lassie. Right, let's split up and make inquiries in town. There is, the pier is yours. Once we have learned what we can, we regroup by the Etherite. Off-putting though the mere sight of it may be. Yeah, I gotta attune to it first. Go to guard the wall from here. That's Gemstone Trader. Okay. Creative fruit. The crate is Zenware fruits, but they are on the verge of spoiling as it's been left too long. Oh, now for this in the traveler, a rare sight in these unsettled times. People have been giving us a wide berth since that accursed tower suddenly appeared on the Noronair. If it just stood there and loomed ominously, perhaps things would be fine after a fashion, but no, it had to spawn fell fiends as well. We have our lives thanks to the radiant hosts, but business is as good as dead. What become of us? What do the gods know? So they're not getting any business because people are trying to stay away from that thing. Beer. You. Beer. Gazing out from the pier, you spy boats moored off nearby isles with the silhouettes of larger sea. Compared to other ports you have visited in the past, there appears to be very little activity. Ginalil. Oh. What am I doing? Oh, recording my sales. Still do it daily out of habit, though I don't know why I bother. Hardly sell anything. Business has never been this terrible, but I suppose things could be even worse. I could have a consortium to keep afloat. I don't envy his position. Better to be alone with my little operation. I've come to realize you're a traveler by the looks of you. If you have a moment, perhaps you could pay Kalzal a visit. I'd be glad for tidings from abroad. Like as not, you'll find him at the Salt Wind Sails, the Harbor Guild building across the water from here. Wow! Dalmaskins aren't coming? But we already have everything. They ordered. What are we supposed to do with it? I don't know, but yelling at me isn't going to help. All I know is that their plans have changed, and that's that. Look, you must have known this might happen. The Empire is at war with itself. Provinces are in chaos. Then there's a tower sitting on our doorsteps spitting out monstrosities. The city has its defenses, but we've been afforded no protection out here. We can't blame foreigners for not wanting to take the risk. But this will be an enormous loss. Alright. Forget about the Damaskins. Surely some ships are still coming. We have fresh produce, handicrafts, medicines, all the perennial Anish favorites. Our consortium works closely with merchants and artisans to supply only the finest wares. Quality is guaranteed. I know all these things, Kazal, I do. Which is why I regret to say I have nothing for you. All voyages have been cancelled or indefinitely postponed. And you are? Wait, you're a foreigner, are you not? A merchant? Please tell me you're a merchant. Sorry, buddy. Ain't a merchant. That's a shame. Sorry, but we're discussing important matters. If you need something, please talk to one of the others. Excuse me. My name is Mattia, and I'm here to see Kazal. Buddy, the dude wants to talk to you. Oh, it seems he's busy. I'll come back later then. Big guy, but seems quite reserved. Oh, Mattia. Yes, can I help you? I remember seeing you back in the guild. You wanted to speak with Kazal too, did you? I'm Mattia, a fisherman of Akiali, a nearby village. I sell my catch to Kazal, who offers it to foreign merchants, but he hasn't bought anything. When I heard that the consortium had been struggling, I became worried and decided to come and see him. Just as soon as he's free, anyway. He's a hard-working man and dare not disturb him. I leveled up. If I may ask, what is it that you do? An adventurer. Oh, look at that. Adventure, you say? Over the world, helping people? Then that must mean you're great at dealing with strangers. Please, won't you teach me to be like you? You see, I brought some fresh fish with me. Fortunately, I couldn't preserve. I want to sell them. The problem is, I'm terrible with people. I ever only dealt with Kazal. I can't talk to customers without getting my trunk in a twist. So please, as silly as it might sound, will you not peddle the fish in my stead? Show me how it's done? I worked my way around a merchant or two. If you're willing, please let me know. We can begin at once. Mr. Follow cannot be skipped. We wish to cancel any pending duty finder registration. You'll do it then? Show me how to deal with customers. I'm in your debt. Alright, please try peddling my fish to, shall we say, 3 people here in Yedlimad. Serve you and learn. Mattia is now accompanying you. Yeah. Come, Mattia. You got some fish to sell. Fish to sell. Fish to sell. Oh, Maruna. Yow. Yes? Greetings, friend. How very of late. Greetings to you too. Wasn't well enough given the circumstances. Things had settled down somewhat, but it was utter chaos when that tower first appeared. One grabbing whatever they could, trampling over each other to get to the city. And I remained there for now. I could not stay away. I had to come back. Continue with my life, such as it is. Whether or not it was the right choice, only time will tell. No place like home, but don't do anything dangerous, eh? Oh, trust me, I don't. I make sure to keep well clear of the tower. More monsters and Retroman, I heed the radiant host instrument. I'll have to deal with it as soon as we can get back to normal lives. Days where you could earn as much as you gave. Tuck into a meal satisfied that you did. Speaking of meals, want to have some fresh fish today. Fresh fish, you say? Oh, you're a fishmonger. When you bait me like that, how can I not bite? Very well, give me some of your fish. Thank you for your custom. The catch of the day is shallow's cod, delectable stewed in coconut milk or baked with a sprinkle of salt. He succeeded in making a sale. There's one of them. Yeah, all you gotta do is talk them up a bit. He said, put out some bait. Then they'll come reeling in. Not street. Wow. Hawker, are you? You sell fruit by chance? If so, I want to buy some Amra. Let's say a dozen. They don't need to be export quality. What do you need so many Amra for? For eating, of course. It may seem like a lot, but of late I go through that much in no time at all. I'm a stock taker by trade, but with no vessel coming these days, the words are beginning to pile up. By the same token, in from over. Not a day goes by that someone doesn't come asking when the next shipment is right. That and all of it wears me down, and I find myself feeling constant. I know how you feel. Thank you. I pity you don't sell fruit, but I'm overjoyed with the chat. It took my mind off my trouble. Damn it. Let's hit the last one. Second one. Oh, I can't retry it. That was gonna be 3 questions again. Well, I got this one right. Got an aura here. What is it? If you don't mind, I'm rather busy. Lost my stomach. Ether sickness? No, nothing so unusual. I hurried to get back to work. I just ate a little too quickly. Make it easier, eat more slowly, and savor your food. Well, that I could, but I can't afford to be idle. Like it's not, circumstances will surely get worse before they get better. I'm working as hard as I can. Well, I still can. Great. You intend to prepare? I stockpiling supplies, for that I need to earn coins so I can buy food, medicine, and have you. Bought some fish for your supplies. Oh, well, fish wouldn't be bad, but I don't want to go through the hassle of preserving them myself. Or buy them. Or I have to pass on your fish. Now, enough excuse me, it must be. Damn it! Couldn't get that last two. At least you learned something. Oh my god, Mantia. Why was he just walking on air? Well, not every interaction is gonna end with a sale. Thank you so much for showing me how to talk to customers. I managed to sell to one of the 3 people you approached. It was difficult, but when you put your mind to it, you succeeded. You did fail too, but there are lessons to be learned in both success and failure. Applying yours, I'll endeavor to become a better peddler. Still, there's only so much I can do alone. Hope that things will return to normal for Kalzal too. Soon. I thought I heard a familiar voice. Who should it be but Matsia? Kalzal, have you finished your business at the guild? You were there too. Forgive me, try as I might, I can't find any buyers. No ships coming in and hardly any going out. There simply aren't options. At this rate, you can't buy my fish anymore? Sorry, Matsuya, I truly am, but for now you must peddle your own goods. But by myself I can't. Want to help you, I do, but as it stands I can barely help myself. Poured my all into the consortium, and I'll be damned if I let it fall apart. My friends and families depending on me, and I won't fail them. Sisters as my witness. Lol. Not to worry, using what I've learned from you, I'm sure I'll manage, somehow. Well, I had best return to my village. My thanks again, and please take care on the road. You've been busy. Why don't you learn a tidbit or two, I trust? Things are going really bad here. We also heard that the tower is affecting many locals' livelihoods. I think that it would be such an extent. For another notable, if not wholly unexpected discovery, disappearances and kidnappings are disturbingly commonplace. As before, the culprits are almost certainly tempered imperial soldiers. As before, they mean to use the faith of their hapless thralls to call forth the lunar primal. Business as usual for the Talaferoi. That Mattia fellow you were helping, he's Arkasudara. Huh? Apparently it is almost exclusively his people that are being kidnapped. Could he be traveling alone? If summoning is this perpetrator's aim, it does stand to reason the Arkasudara would be their primary targets, which is the faith of their ancestors which prevaileth in this land, and many are devout adherents still. You better go after him. Akeli lies to the west, as I recall, the same direction as Krau's acquaintance, incidentally. It's settled then. Keep your eyes peeled while we make for the village. Yeah, I got here. Does not seem Matsuya nearby, but the elevator up ahead may provide a better vantage point. Oh, the tower's in clear view now. This weird sound looks so much big. I guess I think it's just closer. I think it's just closer compared to the ones that we've seen. You do not see Matsuya from here either. No, leave me alone. Help, somebody help. Voice, and it came from the north. Handle that. Yay. Help them. Where did they go? Why are you here? You found them in time. You're about to get kidnapped. You and your friends came to look for me? I don't know how to thank you. On my way home, I took a moment to stop and rest, to think about what to do about, well, everything. And then those men came. Kidnappers. We'd heard that the Arca Soldara were being targeted. Surely we have it as well. Perhaps it's best if we took refuge in the city. Considered it, me and the others. But fishing is all we know. The ocean is we have. See, that's make, but you should take care not to travel alone. A question, if I may. Is our understanding that strange fiends have emerged from the tower? What canst thou tell us of these beings? Much, I'm afraid. I have no idea what they are. But I've heard that some bear an unsettling resemblance to our divinities. Quite supposing. For that reason, some have taken to calling the tower Zot. Divinities in the old tongue, it means. Well, they're not true divinities. They're monstrous imitations that bring only death. To have one's face so twisted is a grievous indignity. Full justified art thou in thine outrage. Know that 'tis for no other purpose but to neutralize that tower that we have journeyed to this land. In time we may be forced to contend with these false gods, and thus we learn all we may about them. Wilt thou not tell us of thy divinities and their true nature? Come all this way to save us? Really? I think I had you peddling fish. But to answer your question, yes, of course, we would gladly tell you about our gods. We, I say, because I'm a terrible terrible storyteller. Ask my fellow villagers to do. Please come to our village. We're good, gods-fearing folk, all of us. We'd be honored to share our knowledge and fish. What sayest thou? Shall we pay a visit to Akiali? Wonderful. Just follow the road west and down the hill. You can't miss it. So 'tis the simulacra of the Avnerian gods that are being summoned. If any doubt exists before, there can be none. Kidnapped, punished, imprisoned. Pray that we will be able to save them. Though indeed saving them will mean confronting their false gods. Not as he said, we do well to study religious traditions to Akiali. What's that over there? Welcome to Akiali, my friend. The name means white beach. There isn't much here save that. But please, make yourself at home. Companions have already begun talking to everyone. Feel free to show yourself around and do the same. Any one of us can tell you about our gods, but you could do worse than to start with Kanga and old Has Veda. Here at the moment, as a hello. Know about our gods? What a curious visitor you are. Also on fish. In any case, I'm happy to oblige. Now, I don't know how it is once you hail, but our isle is home to many gods. They can be divided into two groups: the Manusia, beings of wisdom who assume the form of men, and the Mirga, beings of might who assume the form of beasts. Together they are divinities, with forms and personalities many and varied. Some are kind and gentle, others stern and temperamental, like we mortals can be. All are possessed with great insight and experience, and by heeding their teachings, strive to better people and live better lives. Interested in learning about our gods, you say? What would I like to hear? Prick up your ears then and listen. In ancient times, the Manusia and the Mirga deities who look like men and beasts respectively were locked in conflict. Eventually, seeking the wisdom of the Manusia, the Mirga cast aside their own heads, took up those of their foes. Likewise, the Manusha coveted the might of the Mirga, and so they too resolved to trade heads. Thus were born new gods possessed of both might and wisdom. They ushered in an age of harmony between the two factions. From then on, as a sign of their esteem for one another, the Manusha all have worn animal faces, and the Mirga the limbs of men. There you are. And a thing or two about our gods, I trust? While you were off talking to the others, I remembered something that may be of interest. If you could let your friends know, I'll go and fetch it from my home at once. What it is? Apologies for the wait. I wish to show you this hanging scroll which depicts 3 of our most revered deities. Means we should like to see it. They are Manusha. Heard about them already, yes? 3 sisters. The sister 1 is the eldest, Daruva, goddess of wisdom. For this, alchemists hold her in the highest. To her right is the middle sister, Sandaruva, goddess of wealth. She counts many traders among her followers. On the left is Mindaruva, youngest sibling. She presides over the crafts and so is beloved by weavers. Though each is worshipped for different reasons, sisters are usually portrayed together in these works. People keep in their homes for good fortune. Like fashion to the Manusha, deities of Eorzea preside over myriad aspects of life. What are the Mirga, if I may? The Mirga hold power over nature. In ages past, they were revered as guardian deities in times of conflict. If you have occasion to visit our temples and ruins, you'll find their images there. Among them is a god who possesses a Gaja's head and is venerated as the progenitor of the Arca Sodara. Well, then there are dragons. They occupy a special place in our history. Worship dragons too? It said that an ancestor of the satrap, as ruler of Rod's at Hand, forged a covenant with a dragon divinity in ancient times. This divinity has since acted as the guardian deity of the satrap. Legend beholds that if ever the satrap is in need, a dragon ally will fly to his aid. A dragon ally. You claim to be a terrible storyteller, but nothing could be further from the truth. The passion you bear for your faith is plain to hear. Confident that the information you've given us serve well in our effort to deal with the tower. That's very kind of you to say. We'll pray for your success. Right, I believe it's time we sought out Kryle's acquaintance. An alchemist by the name of Nidana. According to Kryle's notes, we're to find her at a place called the Great Work, further north along the coast. Right, learning a little bit about the culture. Did you say you're going to see Nidana? Oh, how I envy you. She's brilliant and beautiful, kind and understanding. Did I say she's beautiful? I could stare at her dainty ears and adorable trunk all day. Those eyes, would you meet her? Take care you don't drown in them. How about all these people?
What happened here?
Their dress marks them as alchemists. I see no evidence of injury or poison.
Thinkest thou they but slumber?
I believe so. Whether it is by choice is another question entirely.
Oh, We have guests. You must excuse the poor welcome. Long days and longer nights have taken their toll, as you can see. I am Vashan, servant to the satrap. My task was, in fact, to wake these good men and women, if you will allow. People of the great work, I come bearing new scales.
Scales? We have new scales?
Huh?
Yes, my friends. Gather round. I have them right here.
Oh, happy day. Now I can continue my experiment.
Many thanks.
One for me.
Those are dragon scales.
Yes, such materials are vital to their most pressing research.
And we are fortunate to have them. Our experiments are so close to bearing fruit. Soon we will have a talisman capable of nullifying the etheric emissions from that accursed tower. Did I say something wrong? Are you not here with Varshan? Wait, who are you people?
Here, looking for her. I forgot her name.
Of course! You're the one Kryl sent. The warrior of light we've been waiting for.
Ah, this is a day of celebration. Praise be to Cinderova!
The winds have shifted. I feel it. The end to our toil is near.
I feel it too. My head hasn't been this clear in days.
Tell me, how did you acquire those scales?
Curious that it concerns you so.
Hmm.
But worry not. They were freely given by the dragon with whom our satrap has forged a lawful pact.
That is well.
You must be quite
Okay.
familiar with Dragon King, yes?
He came out of nowhere.
Is this their congealed blood I see on your weapon?
Speaking of dragon blood, you yourself have been infused with it, have you not? I should like to draw a file or two, if so.
Oh god.
Now, see here. Come along, come along. I must insist that you visit our laboratory.
Cease your shoving, or so help me.
Why is Ryoji praying for him?
Oh dear, your poor companion. What with the new scales and your timely arrival, my colleagues are a little giddy with excitement. No harm will come to him, I promise. Meanwhile, shall we find a quiet place to talk? As you may have guessed, I am Nidana, the alchemist who sent a request to your mistress Kryl. We have workshops across the nation collaborating on this research project. But it is here, at the Great Work, where I collate our results. Come with me, all of you, and I can explain the crux of the situation.
I wonder if Astinia is gonna be alright. Anyhow. Oh wait, I gotta attune to this. Allow me to thank you for answering our call. Many towers have appeared around the world, and we are grateful that you would assist us with ours. Though Growl herself is tied up with another investigation, Sarah's is an eminently capable substitute, and we will spare no effort to aid you. So, if I understand correctly, you seek to make talismans that can nullify etheric emissions. Indeed we do. As you know, the tower emits vast concentrations of ether. One cannot go anywhere near it without being tempered. As such, we can only study from the tower from afar, and are powerless to deal with it in any consequential way. In order to strike back, the satrap bade us alchemists create enchanted talismans. Talismans that will allow our soldiers to venture into the tower, even should they lack innate protection. Could such a thing be possible? Admittedly, we are still in the midst of testing, but we are quite confident. Even prior to this, our people have long pursued countermeasures against the etheric corruption of primals. Of the methods tested to date, those utilizing dragon scales proved the most promising. Owing to their etheric density, the scales are highly resistant to disruptive forces. The mightier the dragon, the greater the resistance. We seek to amplify this protective property through our alchemy. Thanks to the scales provided by His Excellency, we have been able to make steady progress with the talisman. Soon, we will be ready to conduct a field test. And here is where you and your blessing of light come in. Better than having my blood drawn, I suppose. Where it is, just leave it to me. Thank you. Lest you wonder, we ask only that you serve as an escort. We'll explain in greater detail later, but you will be venturing into the tower's field of influence. So, for your own safety, I would first test how well your blessing shields you. With your permission, of course. In that case, Urianji and I will find other ways to make ourselves useful. Seeing as you all work to the point of collapse, I suspect you could do with more hands. We would be grateful for any assistance you can provide. Where's the Stydian? Where'd they drag him off to? If you are ready, then let us put your blessing to the proof. If you exit the Great Work and turn south, there will be a hill to the right. I'll meet you at the top after seeing some preparations. Okay then. Over here. I hope you didn't have trouble finding this place or climbing the hill. Not all are accustomed to the physical strain. I give you the fruit of our sweat, tears, and many a sleepless night. Drunken Deepa. Deepa is a lantern presented to the gods as an offering. Taking inspiration from the tradition, we created this device to test the talisman's efficacy. Upon activation, it will move a certain distance before emitting a powerful blast of ether. In lieu of corruption, those lacking sufficient protection will experience severe ether sickness. For your test, you'll be exposed 4 times. It will be enough to ascertain your blessing's protective capability. Please begin whenever you're ready. You'll be observing from a safe distance. Commencing etheric exposure testing. Repeat, commencing etheric exposure testing. Retreat to a safe distance if you are not the subject. What the fuck? Reading ether, please stand back. Reading ether, please stand. You're struck by a powerful blast of ether, but suffer no ill effects. There's no irrepressible urge to empty the stomach? Confirmed. Resuming test. Please follow me. Wow. You're struck by another powerful blast of ether, but suffer no ill effects. Subject stomach and bowel integrity holding. Confirmed. Resuming test, please. Okay. Ow. You're struck by yet another powerful blast of ether, but suffer no ill effects. The blessing of light appears to be keeping you safe from harm. Subject fortitude rated. Impressive. No irregularities confirmed. Resuming test. Please follow and brace for final discharge. Woohoo! Boom. You are struck by the strongest blast of ether yet, but survive completely unscathed. After exposure testing concluded, please collect and deliver me to the supervising alchemist. Congratulations on retaining your composure and your humors. Ah, you've returned. I'm not on your knees. Promising sign, but come, let me take the deepa off your hands. Thank you. I shall replenish its ether for when we test the talisman. So, no dizziness or nausea or anything of the sort? You feeling perfectly fine? Yeah? Then the strength of your blessing is beyond doubt. There is no risk that the tower will corrupt your ether. With this, we can request your aid for the task ahead with easy hearts. But for now, I think that's gonna be it. It's already 6 a.m. for me. So, thank you everybody for watching. You all. Bye. Ow.